playing and practicing every day to win, and no one's checked out. Everyone's checking in, to be honest. It's been a tough month. Obviously, we're not winning. But for the most part, the guys are fully engaged every single day.
How have you seen Cliff handle this whole year, all the ups and
Yeah.
downs?
He's handled it fine. I mean, it's his personality. I mean, he's never too high. He's never too low. Obviously, internally, he's kind of leading the team, and kind of explaining to him what's going on. He has to do that, but it hadn't moved him off his mark. I mean, he's working to win a game, and he gets it. It's hard. Obviously, now it's time to keep pushing forward and get ready for next year too, as far as having a plan to fix it.
I'm assuming you've had the chance to defend Tom Brady at some point.
Absolutely.
Because he's rarely played against this team, this franchise.
Right.
I'm just wondering, what's that like? Is it different than preparing for any other quarterback because of how defenders might see him?
It is. Tom's a guy that's you can't fool with looks. He's obviously seen every look in football, so he's never confused. Never confused. He has answers every single play, and if players give him any kind of tell, he's going to find it and expose it. And that's Tom. That's made him great. It was never his physical tools. Obviously, arm talent's always been there, but his mind is special. And the tape, watching the tape is scary because he has answers for every single look, every coverage, every max drop, every cover 2, 3. He knows where the ball's going right now, and that's been his strength his whole career. So you have to try to speed him up, slow him down, make him hold the ball some, but that's been hard to do, and it's going to take us, I think, rushing him and kind of, playing some soft zones and tackling the ball and being great in the red zone because no one really stops him, but red zone and third downs, you got to bear down and kind of challenge sometimes. But as far as Tom, he's the best that's ever played the game. And when you watch him play, it's not all physical. It's mental. It's like a coach playing quarterback. It's that special of his knowledge of football. And he's never fooled. So no one goes in blitzing him and confusing him and hitting the guy. He's rarely sacked. He throws the ball away. So it's what QB should look like, and not very many can do it that way. But he has.
How strange is it to see a guy doing that at 45? This isn't his best season, of course, but he's 45.
Yeah.
How do you make of that?
Most players who can play, past 30 and 35 years old, obviously the football knowledge is high. It's like me playing, right? Versus these young guys. So his football knowledge is so high. Again, physically he's not what he was probably, but mentally, man, he is sharp as an attack, and it shows.
What did you make of Christian's first start?
It was okay. He was competitive. It wasn't perfect by no means. As a young guy playing his first game, he was soft early in some zones, and his eye placement wasn't very good early, but he competed. He tackled hard, he competed. It wasn't perfect, but again, the pass game didn't beat us last week. It was more the running game. The second half that beat us. But he's fine. He's a young corner who's intentional. He wants to be good. He works hard, and he'll get better with time.
I assume you didn't really have any serious thoughts about using DeAndre as a...
I did not, but at the time it crossed my mind. Like if we lost one more corner, I could put him at free safety, maybe put anybody back there. But no, at that moment, no. But moving forward, it kind of crossed my mind. Like, okay, who's next in? We had 3 guys dressed. Who's next in? But not really. Don't tell Hop I said that, right?
Have you had to shrink the playbook and just minimize schemes and schematic plans because of the number of guys rotating through, young guys?
No, not really. It's been kind of vice versa. Because you have some young guys playing to help those guys do their job better. You have to have more scheme. That's why it's important to have guys you've trained. And Whitaker and those guys know what to do. So you can help a player with certain looks and scheme if he knows what to do, right? If a guy's just come in for a week and he has no idea what to do, you're playing cover 3, you're playing cover 2 with no disguise. But with those kids playing last week, we can have multiple looks, each quarter and change the looks because he knows the system. So that's the beauty of having guys you've trained.
Buddha being named to his 5th Pro Bowl, I'm sure it's not much of a surprise, but what type of difference does that make when you have a leader who leads by example out on the field?
It's huge for Buddha. He's had a great year, and obviously when you're not winning, to have a guy recognized is huge. You know, I mean, he should get a lot more than that, in my opinion. But that comes with winning. You know, we got 4 or 5 guys who are playing good on defense that hadn't been recognized. But Buda's special. Obviously, you know, when people watch us play, I mean, he sticks out. He plays so hard. He plays so fast. He makes so many plays for us. So I'm not surprised he made his 4 straight Pro Bowls at safety. So congrats to Buda.
What do you think about JJ's game, especially in the first half? And then,
Yeah.
like, what's that say he's doing this at this age?
Yeah.
This point of the season?
He had a hell of a game, didn't he? I mean, Jay still can make plays. I mean, he's still a guy you have to count for. You know, obviously with Zach not being there, every protection was different. It was all sliding to JJ. It was like a 4-man slide sometimes. Even the second sack he got, it's a 4-man slide. He caught the center's face from a 3 technique. So, but he is still a guy, if you don't account for him, he can wreck a game, you know. And obviously that was the case on Sunday in the first half. Second half, they ran the ball. They threw, I think, 4 passes. One was a sack by, I think, Ledbetter. Buda picked off 1, and he ran, I think, 2 quick game. So it was no more pass game in the second half, which is smart by those guys. They couldn't protect. But the toss got us. It was, 70, 80 yards in toss. And the first play of the second half kind of set me wrong. You know, that was a big play to come out of the half. We were up 9-3. We just kind of drove the ball a little bit, burned some clock for us, and give about a 35-yard toss in the first play, second half. That was disturbing. But the guys kept playing and kept playing and kept battering, so I have no complaints.
You mentioned Ledbetter.
Yeah.
It seemed like overall he had a pretty solid game. What's your thoughts on him?
He's had a good year. You know, he's had a really good year. I mean, he's quietly, and you need guys like that, right? You can't have, you know, everyone making big money. I mean, there's guys that you develop and guys that come along strong, and he's a guy that's been consistent all year for us as a rotational guy. So I wasn't surprised he played good again because he's played good all year.
Vance, where does Buda rate in some of the players that you coached before? Just is he a generational player?
I think he's heading that way. Obviously, you know, I've coached a lot of great players. You know, guys who are going to be Hall of Famers, and Pat Willis and those guys in San Fran, and I was around. Obviously, JJ for a long time in Houston, those guys. But yeah, I mean, Buda making his 4 straight Pro Bowl, it's special. Obviously, if he's healthy and playing, he'll make four more. You know, and that position it's hard to have production, but he's had 100+ tackles. He's taking the ball away at a high rate now, and that's been different for his game. But at Buda's special, obviously, he makes us better. The plays that he makes to keep big plays from hurting us, that's always quiet. But he's the heart of our team. You know, he's the same guy every day. He works hard. He's tough. He's a great teammate, a great leader. So he's definitely a special person and a player.
Final home game of the regular season, obviously
Yeah.
not the way that this team wanted this year to turn out, but the fact that fans have continued to come out and
Yeah.
support you guys, you know, how much has that meant to you and to this team to have the fans out there?
That's huge. And our fans are obviously there every week and cheering. It's been disappointing for everyone involved. And we wish we could have done more for them. But, you know, it's going to be a big game on Sunday. It's Christmas. It's Tom Brady's last Christmas game, maybe, you know, so we'll see. But we're excited about it. You know, every week we kind of come in on Monday and Tuesday and kind of regroup and get excited about playing on Sunday. So it feels brand new every Sunday. It never gets old, you know. So Sunday night, it won't be old for us. It's a great challenge for our defense especially, and we're looking forward to it.
How far do you walk every morning?
I'm sorry?
How far do you walk every morning?
Off season, probably. During the season, probably 4 miles. Off season, probably 5.5. Just helps me kind of clear my mind, keeps the weight down a little bit during the season, you know, eating bad and drinking a little bit. But it keeps the weight down. It clears my head in the morning, and it's a good conversation with the staff. And I can't run anymore. I have bad knees, bad ankles. But so it's cool.
You guys don't beat Cliff, do you?
No, Cliff's here probably, I don't know, to be honest. I've never beat him here. So I'm assuming he's here at 4:30 because I'm here at 5:30, like 5:15. So he's already like full sweat. You know, when I walk in about 5:15, I think. But yeah, he's early. That's too early for me, man. I can't. I mean, it's an hour, but that hour makes a difference.
When did that originate? Like,
The walking? God, we started walking a couple years ago. I think when Coach Buckner came, because he was a walker, because he had bad knees and bad hips and all that stuff. You know, all these ex-players, you know, Marcus Robinson, all of us got bad bodies, and Sean Jefferson. So we started walking, and it was helping us lose some weight. So we just kept it going, and it's kind of a, you know, lifestyle now for us. And it's this conversation about families, about football, the team, game planning sometimes. The phone rings. We talk ball with other coaches, you know, back east and back in west here. So it's cool. You know, it's a good time to talk and wake up in the mornings and get going and get excited about the day and also keep the weight down. So So perfect.
For walking in the colder or when it's hotter, even when it's dark?
Oh, definitely when it's hot. That's a good workout when it's hot. But it's been cold the last week. Yeah, but got a vest and a hat and gloves, so no issue.
With your background as a quarterback, you ever tap Cliff on the shoulder and say, well, I'll try this play?
No, I have not. My QB days was a long time ago in a different kind of offense, different kind of football. So no, I'm a defensive guy full and full now. No way.
Thanks, CJ.
Thank you guys. Enjoy the day. Happy holidays, guys.
You too, man. Thanks, man. Enjoy.